Have you ever walked into a room and then someone says something very mean that will piss everybody off, but then there'll be one person in the room who will stand up and just want to fight the person? Yeah, I've been in that situation. Or have you ever been around people who know that their boyfriends are cheating, but they still want to keep the relationship? Like, Olympic in a relationship, but that's what you want to go cheating, but don't ever forgive it, ever for. Like, like, giving it a blind eye. Have you ever been in that situation? I have. Hello, welcome to WanguTalks. This is our first ever episode. I'm your host, WanguTembo, and today we are going to be talking about personality traits, personality types, different personalities that are found with different individuals in the world. And I'm going to be talking about mostly Zambians and how we can use personalities to cope with our day to day lives. So, today we're going to focus on the big five: the openness, extraversion side, conscientiousness, uh, agreeable ones, and the neuroticism. Oh, that one I love it because I have a little bit of neuroticism in my personality. I don't know. I'm someone who always sometimes says negative things, even if they're funny or I'm just expressing myself. But I'm a little bit of a neurotic person. Yeah, I think. Not, no, not I think. Uh, I know so. Yeah. So in today's episode, we're gonna start with the open ones. In Zambia, have you ever been around people who will tell you their life story even before they get to know you better? Where you're like, muntu akuuza story yake, what happened to her, even things that you're not even supposed to know because you've just met. So it's weird that someone tells you that, because I have, where someone started even telling me that how the issue she's having with her boyfriend. I'm like, and we just met that day, and she started explaining to me what goes on in her relationship and all. And I was so shocked to see that this personality actually exists in women, because I thought us girls were a bit reserved, but I want they're there. She told me a story. She was like, my boyfriend treats me so well, but I just don't know why I'm about that. And me, I was just sitting like wondering, we're strangers. And I met that grown woman and she was older than me, but whatever. Yeah. So about the open personalities, these are people who just tend to express themselves a little too much. Sometimes, there are people who are reserved, open people, but there are also those who are extremely open, that uja ukaidompasa che ukaidomuza che masecrets yako uziva chat, even if she has good intentions, she will still azaenda che akuulude ku bantu bambiri, she will still like just tell everyone, and unintentionally, because it's their personality trait. They are open. When they have something in their mind, it has to come out from the mouth. It just doesn't stay in the mind, it comes out. That's the thing with people who are open. So what can you learn from an open personality? Okay, since we're talking about personality traits, as a business administrator, I learned personality traits in class, and we were taught to we were given to learn about these personalities, because we were told that if you understand personality types, you will be able to know what position to give each employee in the company if they have certain personality traits. Because you can't give an open person, yeah, personality, nchito, yeah, secretary, or Ujamina Makondo, a chairperson who chairs the meeting, and the issues that are discussed in the meeting are supposed to remain in the meeting, to be a chairperson. You can't give someone with the open personality that, because if you give them that information and they hear it in the meeting, just you better know that information, everything discussed in that meeting is going out there in the general public to be discussed, and it's really crazy how people will. Uh, it's a lot. So when you're in business administration, you're actually told that an open person, mostly jobs to give such kind of people, yama sales. Like I said, open people usually talk. Sometimes they are quiet. They are like open introverts. Upeza muntu alichezie mulinkezi mukungoshimika, like, and then the person like just say something that's not even supposed to be said out of the blue. She's going to be like, I'm on my P's right now, and I think it's open. We shock that's like an open episode because she's like saying something that's not really supposed to be said in public or even be told to anyone. That's the thing about this open personality. So yeah, if you're out there and you know someone has a personality or it is yours where you just blare out your secrets, I don't know, involved in terms of like entertaining people, be careful with this personality because it has its good parts. These people are very open, they're very honest. Open people are very honest, they are less crooks, because they're open. So those are the benefits of it. But the negatives, of this personality is that you even get to expose yourself in a way that you should not, which is a bit difficult. Okay, so our next personality trait are the consciousness people, personalities. Have you ever seen someone who is very cautious what everything they do? They are very neat. They are very reserved, like very clean, orderly, like to the fullest. Ukaingia chemu room wabo, the way things are arranged in there that even if wachitachani wabwira book so achitoziva munhu ati iyo ndanabwira book apa nezaifaka aifaka pamene zaifakira. There are people who with those kind of personalities, and them when that person has like if personality ili muri mwamuna ni bamushi. They really know how to take care. They really know how to take care of girls, of women. They really know. Conscious people who are men are very, very, they're such gentlemen, because they know how to take care of you. They even take time to know you because they're cautious. They're cautious. Yeah. That's what I like about this personality, It's a nice personality, but even it has its own negative parts because if you are too cautious with everything you ever do, sometimes it becomes a problem because nothing in life is perfect. So if you love too much perfection in everything that you do, you will find yourself getting stressed that you can't achieve everything that you want to be perfect, and you uzalubanika because you even feel like get along with people. Yeah, that's the thing about this personality. The other personality that I am going to be talking about is the extroversion. Extroverts. I know you guys know a lot about extroverts, so I'm not going to talk too much. But extroverts are people who talk a lot, who have a lot of ideas. They want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be, they have these royal personalities, like, they're like royal people. Royal people, like people who want to, like musicians, these people sing. Most of them have extrovert personalities. There are a few who are introverts and they're like entertainers, in this entertainment industry. So most of the time that you find extroverts are people who love sharing a lot of ideas. They have a lot of ideas, even if the ideas are not completely solid or like ideas that can be completely good, in terms of I'm gonna say productivity, or in terms of like an idea that will excel even in the long run. Yeah, these people tend to want to produce ideas in a crowd so that they can be seen that they're intelligent, they're smart, they want to be loved. Those kind of personalities, and they're mostly found in entertainers and teachers sometimes, but no, mostly entertainers. Yeah, you should actually check. A lot of entertainers are extroverts. There are few are introverts, and they're good. Yeah. So the next personality we're going to be talking about is going to be introverts. I'm one myself. I am a selective introvert. I choose where to to talk, and I choose where to keep quiet. Sometimes when I talk a lot, people think I'm an extrovert. Okay, I can talk like an extrovert, but there are times most of the time I'm very quiet. I only express myself around people I trust or people who I know. I don't really talk a lot in front of people who are strangers and who I'm not really comfortable even explaining things to. I don't really talk to people like that. Nah. Yeah. So the other personality trait that we're gonna be talking about is the agreeable personality. Ah, guys, this one, no, this one is I think this one is mostly found in women. Do you know those women who get cheated on 3 4 times by the same husband, but they're still like, he'll change one day. He'll change one day. He's my husband. Yeah, yeah. They mostly have their agreeable personalities where they're easily influenced. This personality is it has its positives, but the negatives for me, I think they outweigh the positives. But no, everybody is fortunate to have their personality, God given. You just have to produce a character out of the personality you are given. So yeah, I think agreeable ones, there are these people who are easily influenced. They're easygoing. Have you ever seen someone who umupempa olo pen alemba manoti soka lemwampepa pen mpemba ko pen achitopoza eva kupasa pen atulemba pene ufuna olemba then ndepa mne azatenga. They're easy going people. Mamuna amufuna in one day avomera. Oh yeah, yes, and I'll take me with you. Such kind of personalities. It's crazy. I mean, the good thing about this personality is that they're not difficult people. Yeah, you can easily influence whatever you want. You can easily impose, in fact, whatever you want on these kind of people. Everybody's fortunate to have their personalities, so who am I to judge agreeable people? Oh, yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, yeah, that's all I had for you today on personality traits. And I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. So, what you can go with out of this discussion we've had today is that everybody is fortunate to have their personalities. Embrace your personality and build a character out of it, because it's your personality and you have to learn to live with it. And you can change it if you want. Personalities can be changed, but they're just not easily changed because it's something like you're born with and you build a character out of it. So you can change it, but if you can't change it, you just have to live with it. So I hope that you will know how to live with your personality, and I hope that you know your personality. Find out your personality. Are you an agreeable person? Are you an open person? Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Or are you a conscious person? Find out your personality. Just ask yourself questions. Discover more about these personalities and see, because it's possible that you can have all five in one person. And I think I'm one of them. All five, in me. Like I'm very cautious sometimes, but most of the time I'm not cautious. So nah, 2% of cautiousness in me. Yeah, 2% of cautiousness in me. Most of the time, nah, I'm not cautious. Open, nah, nah, nah. I'm not open. I'm not an open person. Duh. Okay, no, I don't think I'm open. Extrovert, yes, 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 yes. Introvert, yes, 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 yes. Agreeable, no, no, no son, no son, no son. Yeah, personalities will help you even choose your careers. You find out more about your personality, and then you will know what career that personality is like, what activities that personality is good at, and then you will like discover amongst the careers that are available, which career best suits the activities you love to do. Yeah. And another downside about these personalities is that, certain people are overlooked on doing certain things because they feel like this personality can't do this, that person can do this. There's so many negatives and positives about these personalities, but there are a lot of positives that you can use from each of these personalities to, better your life, better your career, better yourself. Yeah. So I hope you discover your personality, and thank you for joining me on today's episode. My name is WanguTalks, your host, and I'll see you